Brett Pontecorvo here at LiveKeyboardist.com, and today I'm going to show you how to build synth strings in Ableton Live. Now, before I do it, make sure you click that like button and subscribe to stay up to date with everything that is happening at LiveKeyboardist.com. Let's dive in. All right, so this is the synth string sound that I created in Ableton using Wavetable. And Wavetable is a bit of a unique synth because it is a wavetable, right? So it's got some samples of some different things that have been, rendered out into this sort of format. But now that you've heard of the sound, let's delete that sound and start from scratch. So heading over into Instruments, and I'm going to drop in Wavetable. So this is our default sound that we're starting with. Oop. Now, we probably could build a synth string from basic shapes, but since we have the luxury of some more advanced shapes, we're going to head over to Instruments and choose Strings 1, and we'll do the same for Oscillator 2, into Instruments and Strings 2. Now, these already, I'm going to turn this off so you can hear it, have sort of like just a little bit more of that buzzy vibe that I would expect to hear from a synth, and a similar deal happening here. But before we go too much further, let's make it so that these guys are moving a little bit because we want to get the full range of what this wavetable has to offer. So I'm going to head over here to my LFO1, and what I want that to do is make this sort of go through the wave a little bit. So I have clicked on my wavetable position. I'm going to head over to LFO1. I'm going to bring this amount down here. All right, that's working for me. Now I'm going to do a similar thing for the wavetable position for our second oscillator. However, I'm going to do it backwards just to give a little bit of something different. All right, now that's got a little bit too much bite at the beginning, especially for something that's a little bit more legato, and I'm not looking for a ton of attack on this patch. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move my amp envelope up just a touch so that it gets rid of that popping at the very beginning. And then I'm going to pull back a tad on my filter. All right, we're starting to get there. I might come back even a little bit more. Cool. Now, I do want that filter to give me a little bit of movement when I hit it. So I'm going to use envelope 2 to open this filter when I play a note. So if you select envelope 2, if you select the frequency here, you can choose envelope 2 from the panel, and we're going to add a little bit. I like that. Okay, so now we need to create some variation in pitch so that we get that sound of a string section. So up at the top here, you can see there is a detuning button here, and I'm going to just slightly detune these from each other. And then for oscillator 1, I'm actually going to bring it up a whole octave. And that actually made a big difference. because string sections have lots of different octaves because there are lots of different instruments. So we're trying to kind of replicate that. I'm actually going to turn my sub on and bring some tone up here. Decay maybe is killing me a little bit. Amazing. Now, because we are keyboard players, we should add some keyboard-specific things to the synth. So I'm going to attach LFO2 to the pitch here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to control the amount of LFO2 with my aftertouch. So with no aftertouch, I get no vibrato, and as I add a little bit, I get a little bit more. Now I'm going to move this down. And you can, of course, play with how much vibrato you want and all of those things. Now, reverb really adds a ton to this because it adds some harmonic variation. So I'm going to go here to my audio effects and drop in my reverb. Now, this is just my default reverb, but we're going to alter it a little bit. So our decay time is way too long for this. So just a little bit, and I'm going to pull the wet dry back as well. Maybe add a little bit more and maybe bring this up to 2 seconds. All right, friends, there you have it, creating a synth string patch in Ableton Live. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week at LiveKeyboardist.